Okay, in this video I'm going to be discussing accounts creation because some people seem to be having a little bit of an issue with it. One of the important things to remember with the accounts creator is you need to have your the correct capture services enabled, because many of them now use what is known as reCAPTCHA 2, Google's evil way of stopping auto accounts creation, which we use, and it took us quite a while to solve, but which we now have. And there's only two that can do it successfully, and that's death by capture and two capture. So, and two capture seems to work much better than death by capture, so I use that. All right. So I recommend you sign up for two capture, and you get what is called an API key from them. You just get it on their site, and you enter it in here, and when you check your balance, and you'll be fine. Okay. Without that, you're not going to have a great success using making accounts. Okay, so here's one that I did earlier, and I can see that I had 5 successful. I stopped it before this one was verified. And all of these down here would say excluded from accounts creation are our network embed sites, which I'm not making at this stage. And then when we get down to the bottom here, you can see here are the Web 2.0 accounts. So WordPress was a failure, but all of these others 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. 12 were successful, so I got 12 out of 14, which is not bad. You're never ever going to get them all 100%, and in any case it's probably a good idea that the numbers aren't the same, they aren't equal all the time. So I don't stress about it. If some of them fail, I just go on. This is a numbers game. I just create another profile. I just create another profile. I just create another 50 profiles. I normally do about 50 at a time. I let it go overnight, and in the morning I've got my profiles. And however many I've got, that is what I save. So, and to save these things, what all you have to do is to select the profile, and then you click save. Okay, and I'll just put it into, and I'll just say one there, for instance. Okay, so I'm just going to clear it now. So we're starting with a blank sheet. I've got my proxies. My proxies are enabled because you need proxies when you're going to be making accounts, or you can use hide my arse, which works pretty good as well. Okay, I don't have it on this computer, I've got it on my server, so I use my proxies. Alright, so now we're going to go to Accounts Creator, and we're going to click on Bulk Profiles Creator, and I'm going to select this one here, Create Accounts of Only Selected Sites. Okay, and which ones are we having? I want the established video sites and the Web 2.0 embed sites. I'm selecting those only because many people do not have the network embed sites, which is like our network of about 40 video embed sites, because that's a separate upgrade, and so some people don't have that. So I'm not even going to do that now, and it'll just take much longer. So you can see these here are the established video sites. Many of them use the reCAPTCHA 2, and that's why you need two capture. And then if you come along to the bottom, you will see here are the Web 2.0 accounts, sorry, that we wanted to create. So it's quite a lot of them. It's 14 in fact. Alright, so I've set this to just to create one. and I'm all ready to go. I've checked, I've got proxies, I've checked, I've got 2 capture credits, and I can just say stop create profile. Now, another thing that you need to bear in mind is that many of these sites, the email verification sometimes takes 2, 3, 4 hours, and in the meantime it'll show it still needs a verification. You must just leave that alone. You know, watching accounts being created is like watching paint dry. It's awful. So as long as this is ticked here, bulk creator enabled, okay, and at the very beginning in your settings here, under general, you've got enable scheduled tasks. Well, that should always be ticked. As long as that is running, you can go and do other stuff in VSA or other work and that, and it'll keep on trying to get those accounts approved. So what's happened, what you can see here now is this is the French, it's a French TV, a video site, and this is a reCAPTCHA 2 site. Whenever you see any little thing like this, it says reCAPTCHA 2, and here you can see the images. Now it's asking for which, I think it's asking which images has trains on it. Now this 2CAPTCHA is a human solving platform. So what happens is our software captures this image that you see there now and sends it to 2CAPTCHA, and they solve the problem. It's a manual process, so it takes time. But if you don't have 2CAPTCHA, this is going to fail. Obviously, it just won't happen. So, you know, it does take a bit of time. You've got to give it quite a lot of time. So don't try rush it. Okay, so yeah, you can see it's working on PhotoBucket. Again, this is reCAPTCHA 2. You can see that from this little thing here. I'm not a robot. That's part of it, and when you click that, then it brings up the images. And again, now we want something with all images with flowers. And this image has now been sent to CAPTCHA, and they will select hopefully the images that have flowers on. There's the one, there's the other. Voila. Okay, so now it's just validating. All okay. So the captcha has been solved. Success. That click paid off, it says. So now that account will be is been opened. What will happen now is VSA will wait for the email to arrive, and then it'll verify it. And once that's done, then the account is open and it's ready to use. Alright, so here we can see we've got a success there, we've got a success there, Vimeo's failed, Vidmax has failed, PhotoBucket has failed. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4 successes. Let's have a look how the Web 2.0 embeds are doing down the bottom. Okay, WordPress, that's failed. WordPress is a tough one. Sometimes you can create them without any problems. Other times you just don't get anywhere. Alright, so yeah, we've got like 12 out of the 14, which I'm gonna say is okay for now. It's still doing some email processing, which is probably related to the guys at the top here, to VO, and indeed you can see it's trying Vimeo and Vidmax again. It will keep on trying accounts. So what I normally do is I set it up to do about 15 or 20 profiles, and I let it go overnight. And whatever I've got in the morning, that is fine. You know, you don't have to have the exact same amount of accounts every time and to have everyone created. Okay, so so that's it. So a few things to remember. You must use a capture service like 2CAPTCHA. In your settings, you have to have enable this one here, enable scheduled tasks checked, and in your proxies you have to have proxies, or use hide my arse and change it every time you are creating profiles. Okay, so at this stage now, this will keep on going and it'll try working to fix those up. If you had other ones, it would start working on those. But every now and again, it would come back and try and see if this email here for VO has arrived. And if it has arrived, it would solve it.